Z500 pulled the front wheel off the ground. Oh my God, this thing goes. Wow, 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 wow. Here it is, the 2024 Kawasaki Z500. It's got the Ninja motor in it. Stay with me, you don't want to miss this. First thing you'll notice is this real pretty LCD display. Let's get this thing started. It's got a fuel gauge on it. This bike's got 1 mile on it, so we're going to take it pretty easy. It redlines at 11,000 RPM. This bike does have ABS. Man, I've been wanting to ride this. I rode the 500 Ninja last week, and you should see a thumbnail of that first ride and review. But the first thing I can tell you, man, it is super comfortable. Super comfortable. Big thank you to Plano Kawasaki that allows me to do these first rides. All their information is always in the video description down low. I tell you what, I like this bike. I've done some investigating with it. Roadblock, I don't know. He's just parked here. Horns right here. He must have just got... Come on, man. Well, here comes another one. Nice guy. I'm going to tell you about this bike. This bike is actually 10 pounds lighter than the Kawasaki Ninja 500. So you would think it'd be a little bit faster. I kind of like the sport naked bike segment myself because I like sitting up more straight. The Ninja 500, I was almost straight up and down. This bike with the handlebars and the risers, I think I'm maybe tipped over 2 degrees, 3 degrees. I do feel like I'm sitting up straighter on this bike. Let's take a left here. This bike makes 47 to 51 horsepower. It makes about 31 foot-pounds of torque. These are excellent beginner bikes. And don't let 51 horsepower fool you. Oh yeah, it's one to pull that front wheel off the ground. Man, this thing is fun. It is so easy to control. I believe this bike's 366 pounds. I don't know why. I just like the sport the sport naked segment myself. I'm a little bit older, but even the Ninja 500, man, the mirrors are perfect. No buzz into the mirrors. Of course, I'm only doing 38 mile an hour, but we're gonna speed up out here a little bit. The front brakes are perfect. You can feel a little bit of dive in the front forks, which that's supposed to happen. That back brake works well. Here's your 4-way flashers. You can see that. Here is your high beam button. This you can see in the back of the car. It does have an LED headlight. We've got our blinker on. When you go to the upscale model of this, it goes from, I think this bike is $56.99, and it does have ABS. The other one has ABS as well, and it is, I believe it's $62.99. I'll confirm that price and put the picture with it in here with the price. Man, this bike, third gear, 50 mile an hour. I mean, it's got plenty of power. This is just a fun bike, man. You could put your little windshield on it if you wanted to, depending on where you're going to ride it. If you're going to ride it on the highway a lot, you'd probably want a little bit taller windshield. Kawasaki makes a ton of accessories for these. The upscale version of this comes in red. There's only 2 colors of this. One is in green, which I'm riding, is the cheaper version, $56.99. And the S version, I believe it's called, I could be wrong on that, is $62.99. But you get the crash protection that comes with it, that already comes on the bike. The slide protectors on each side, so if it fell over. Also, I'm going to pull up here in the window, and you can see exactly where I'm setting the seating position. Now, I'm about 220 pounds. We'll go over this curb here, and I'll get closer to the window. About a 4-inch curb. But you can see I'm about 225 pounds. But here's the, yeah, I'm tilted forward just a little bit. Also, this bike has a 310 millimeter front disc. So it's got a single front disc, and the brakes are very adequate. The front brake is very adequate. I mean, it's not going to pitch you. First of all, it has ABS, so that's going to help if you're a beginner. These are excellent beginner bikes, or just a cheaper bike for good transportation. Kawasaki's got some really good financing right now. I've heard of rates from 3.9% for 24 and 36 month terms. And then the rate gets a little bit higher for longer terms. I would imagine you could get a payment with this bike in about the 200. Oh yes, want to pull that front wheel off the ground. I'm not even redlining this bike. That's 60 mile an hour going into 4th, and it's got 6 forward speeds. But man, this is cool. This is cool. I will tell you, the Ninja 500 feels a little bit more positive to the ground. I mean, it feels like it's a little bit more stuck, but this thing is not. That's just pure torque right there. It is definitely not cagey at all. I mean, it's very planted, very planted. I mean, that's 5th gear just rolling on the torque. They're sick. I mean, these bikes will run, I've heard, about 120 to 135 mile an hour, these 500s. Now, the Ninja would probably be a little bit faster because it's got the full fairing. But, man, look at this green paint. I'm going to get off up here and show it to you and walk around it. But this is an awesome bike, man. So simple. It's got a slipper clutch, and I'll show you the difference with a slipper clutch. If you're in the wrong gear and you let the clutch out too quick, that slipper clutch is going to let it slip a little bit more than lock up that back wheel. But the good thing about a slipper clutch is if you were a new beginner and you drop that, or you drop the accelerator on accident, it's going to kill it. So that was just to show you. Let's get going here. That guy behind me's going, oh my God. This guy, it's his first time riding. But man, fuel gauge, temperature gauge, it's got 4 miles on it. First gear, it's got a gear selector. It's got a high beam indicator. Horn, I already showed you that. A high beam flip switch where if you, like a flash to pass. Man, this traffic is something else in Plano right now. But man, huge thank you to Plano Kawasaki and all the subscribers and everybody that participates in the channel. It has been a remarkable year. Kawasaki, Plano Kawasaki Suzuki Aprilia Vespa that I do these first rides with is the biggest dealer in the Southwest. Look at that, second gear, 55 mile an hour. I'm not even really nailing it. I mean, this thing's got plenty of power to have fun. In this gorgeous green Kawasaki color, I'm gonna get off in the parking lot up here. I mean, look at that. This thing will go. 47 to 51 horsepower, 31 foot-pounds of torque. And man, the transmission works very well. Second gear, there's your gear indicator. There's your economy mode. Oh boy, we're caught at a red light up here. Maybe we can get through this. Watch who's coming up behind us. Make sure we don't get torpedoed. That's like my biggest fear, coming up, somebody coming up from behind me and just nailing me and me not ever see them coming. Excellent beginner bike. This thing is one to pull the front wheel up. You could put a little slip-on muffler on this and man, it would be so fun. I mean, watch this bike go. I'm gonna pull over up here and show it to you, but look at that. That front wheel came up right there. I mean, there's 60 mile an hour third gear. I'm not even redlining the bike really. But I'm gonna pull over in this parking lot and show it to you. This is a gorgeous bike and it's in the Kawasaki colors. It's got painted wheels on it. Let me get off over here. Man, that transmission is super smooth. That went into neutral there. Watch this. Go into neutral. Let me turn my blinker off. Boom. Neutral. Can't beat that. Put the kickstand down. I'm going to give you a look. Look at this thing now. Look at it. Beautiful bike. $56.99. It's got a 310 millimeter disc right there. 4-piston caliper. Nissan. I guarantee you could probably find a pipe that would cut that catalytic converter out if that's what you wanted to do after the warranty was over. I'll show you another thing that's a big deal for me is that oil filter right there underneath between that pipe. It's super easy to change. I mean, you can see the oil filter there. Let me get up here. Anyways, look at the mirrors. They're up high. No vibration with them. But look at this. Passenger pegs. It's got a helmet lock over here. Here's your helmet lock. Put a key in there. It does have a keyed locking cap. Let's go through some other stuff here. There's your back tire. You got plenty of room between the swing arm if you wanted to go to a little bit wider back tire. If you can see that. I don't know why you really would. Got an LED tail light right there. Looks just like, I'm going to show this to you. It looks like an H2, a supercharged H2. Look at that headlight. That's cool looking. Look at that. Pretty menacing. ABS in this metallic green. The other one, I'll show you a picture of it. It's red. Man, thank y'all for riding with me. I'm going to ride all the 24 models, Kawasaki's, Suzuki's, Aprilias, Vespas. Leave a suggestion if you want me to ride something. It's been so fun this year riding all this stuff. Huge thank you to Plano Kawasaki. Their phone number is 972-422-4111. And man, fun bike. $56.99. How can you go wrong? If you got something from this, make sure you like it. Make sure you're subscribed. And we'll see you on the next one.